welcome to Broken Entertainment. So today I want to go into a little bit of a conversation about what Disney's been doing with Gina Carano and the rumor coming out that they've warned Rosario Dawson. Rosario Dawson plays Ahsoka Tano first in The Mandalorian and then the upcoming Ahsoka Tano TV show. She did a great job. I don't know anything about her, but I do know that she did a great job and she absolutely nailed the character of Ahsoka Tano. And, this is a rumor, so it's important to take it with some salt, right? But let's go ahead and get into it, because there's been this Twitter mob going after Rosario Dawson for a while now, and they did the same thing with Gina Carano. Eventually, she got fired. A recent rumor claims that Disney and Lucasfilm issued a warning to the Mandalorian actress Rosario Dawson about a month after they fired Gina Carano and lied about her. So, Bounding into Comics is going to do what they always do, and this is going to be a little editorialized, but bear with me. This new rumor comes from Super Daniel Rickman via Smallscreen. Rickman claims, Lucasfilm is afraid Dawson will be next after Gina Carano, considering her past, so told her to be careful. He previously scooped back in December that Disney wanted Carano to issue an apology in order to get a Mandalorian spin-off show. We got this cover report that Rickman posted this to his Patreon. Disney told Gina Carano she needs to apologize if she wants her own spin-off. Rickman had previously claimed a Cara Dune spin-off had already been canceled, and we got this cover Scott Campbell wrote. Insider Daniel Rickman is now claiming that the Mouse House have nixed any plans to have Cara Dune headline her own Mandalorian spin-off, which was widely been speculated to be one of the countless Disney Plus Star Wars shows in development. Yeah, we know all that, but they're just kind of laying the groundwork here for reasons to listen to this guy. Carano confirmed Disney did indeed try and get her to apologize in an interview with former New York Times columnist Barry Weiss. Carano stated, earlier on last year, before The Mandalorian came out, they wanted me to use their exact wording for an apology over pronoun usage. I think there's a lot of room with this Gina Carano thing to be reasonable. And there's a lot of room to kind of go on either side of this. But I don't want to get too much into the Gina Carano situation itself. This is merely covering, these are things this guy has talked about before, and they have turned out to be true. And she goes on to talk about it. This is still her talking. Here we go. As for Dawson, she's been targeted by the woke Twitter cult as well after she was accused of transphobic assault in a lawsuit back in October 2019. Now, in the U.S. justice system, you are not guilty until you're proven to be guilty. But as we know, in the Twitter world, you are guilty as soon as somebody accuses you of being guilty if they're part of the right group. And you are forever guilty no matter what happens. Dawson would address the accusations speaking with Vanity Fair in November of 2020. She stated, well, firstly, I just want to say I understand that and why people were concerned and are concerned, and I would be too if I heard some of these claims. But, as we're seeing right now in these past months, and just recently actually, the truth is coming out. Every single claim of discrimination has been dismissed by the person who made them. And as you've said, the fact this is coming from someone who I've known since I was a teenager, the better part of my life, and who my family was trying to help as we have many times in the past, it really just makes me sad. But I still have great empathy for him. The other thing about this they're not really going into is she actually isn't the one who got accused of the assault. That was her brother, as far as I recall. But that, that doesn't matter either. Vanity Fair reported that 18 of the 20 claims against Dawson and her family have been voluntarily withdrawn without a settlement. 18 out of 20. You wouldn't want to let a little bit of truth get in the way of a great Twitter assault, would you? Yeah. It's kind of the reverse of the Cosby situation. When Cosby's situation came out, I'm like, oh no, it's Bill Cosby. There's no way. These are money grabbers, whatever. And then the accusations kept coming, and they all had a lot of legitimacy behind them. And I'm like, oh. But this is the opposite. You got an immediate pile of 20 claims, and 18 of them have been withdrawn. Dawson explained the reason that all the discrimination claims were dropped is because they didn't happen. Yeah. I was raised in a very inclusive and loving way, and that's how I lived my entire life. Don't know, don't care. She added, I've always used my voice to fight for, lift up, and empower the LGBTQA community, and use my platform to channel trans voices in fiction and nonfiction work that I have produced and directed, so I feel the record is really clear. Don't know her, I'll take her at her word. Nevertheless, the woke Twitter mob set their sights on Dawson following Carano's firing. One participant wrote, not just to spite Carano, but also because Star Wars needs trans actors, also fire Rosario Dawson. So Katano doesn't deserve to be played by a transphobic. She deserves better. Fire Rosario Dawson. It's a character. They don't deserve anything. If only they wanted to fire. If only they would fire Rosario Dawson now. This is somewhat incoherent and involves a lot of cussing, so I'll skip most of it. Wish they would fire Rosario Dawson too. Never should have hired either of them. Good job, Lucasfilm. Now fire Rosario Dawson. See, it's never enough for these people, is it? No one ever does enough. Well, you fired that person, now you gotta fire this person, now you gotta fire that person, now you gotta fire this person. They even went after freaking, what's his face that plays the Mandalorian? Because they're like, Pedro Pascal, they're like, oh my god, he knows Gina Carano. I'm like, you're kidding, right? Like, knowing someone is now a crime. Not immediately hating them on first contact is a crime. So these people can all go sit and spin as far as I care. Rosario Dawson did a great job. If Disney fires her, they're out of their frickin' minds. But, we already know that, so it wouldn't be really surprising at all, would it? They love to kneel and bow to these people. Disney is terrified of these people because they've kind of, hired some of them. And they're trying to push this agenda. And these are kind of the people they need in their corner. Because nobody else is anymore. All that trust the Disney brand carried, it's all gone. There's some other idiot. Here's my thing. 18 out of 20 claims dropped. No legal proceedings other than personal lawsuits. I don't care about personal lawsuits. That's up to the people involved. She did not commit a crime. Has not been brought before a judge. So I don't care. Go ahead. Keep Rosario Dawson. Stop threatening people. Stop hurting people, Disney. I've been asking you this for so long. Stop hurting people. It's not a lot to ask. Just make some entertaining movies and stop letting people say awful things about the people that work for you and about the people that watch your stuff. You let your own creators go out there and say awful things about your fans. And if you fire Rosario Dawson, you're dumber than I thought. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you think Rosario Dawson has issues, or if you liked her as Ahsoka Tano, or what you'd think of Disney firing her. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you next time.